We all know the heroes from movies and comics, but what about the real ones? Ordinary people who did the extraordinary. Their stories rarely make headlines, but they should. These are tales of compassion, sacrifice, and the refusal to accept the impossible. Today we're counting down 5 real-life heroes you've probably never heard of. From war-torn Europe to a remote Indian village, these people changed the world in quiet, powerful ways. Let's start with a woman whose courage defied an empire. Let's get into it. Number 5. A story of extraordinary bravery in the face of unimaginable darkness. We're about to meet Irina Sendler, a name that deserves to be etched in the annals of history. During the horrific years of World War II, specifically in Nazi-occupied Poland, where shadows of fear and oppression loomed large, Irina was a dedicated social worker, a woman committed to helping those in need. She bore witness to the unspeakable horrors unfolding within the walls of the Warsaw Ghetto, a place of immense suffering and despair. The conditions were beyond comprehension. Instead of turning away from the suffering, instead of succumbing to the fear that gripped the city, she made a conscious decision to join the underground resistance, a network of brave individuals fighting against the Nazi regime. And with unwavering resolve, she risked absolutely everything, her freedom, her safety, her very life, to save Jewish children from certain death. She masterminded daring and incredibly risky escapes, orchestrating elaborate plans to get children out of the ghetto. This included hiding kids in ambulances, disguising them as patients to get them past watchful guards. She even resorted to sneaking them through the city's dark and dangerous sewer system, a truly desperate measure. In some cases, she had to sedate babies, a heartbreaking decision, and carry them out in boxes like mere objects. Every single trip into the ghetto was a gamble with death, a constant dance with danger. But despite the immense risk, she kept going back, driven by an unshakable sense of moral obligation. Beyond the immediate rescue, Irina understood the importance of preserving the children's identities. So she kept secret records of every child she saved, meticulously documenting their information. She was writing both their real names, the names they were born with, and their new assumed names on small slips of paper. And then, she buried those slips of paper in jars under an apple tree, a secret time capsule of hope. Her ultimate hope was to reunite these children with their families after the war, to restore what had been so cruelly taken away. In total, through her tireless efforts and the help of her dedicated network, she and her network saved over 2,500 children from the horrors of the Holocaust. Tragically, her actions did not go unnoticed. She was eventually caught by the Nazis, brutally tortured for information, and sentenced to death for her crimes. But even under immense pressure, and facing certain death, she never betrayed her cause, never revealed the names of those she worked with or the children she saved. Fortunately, the Polish resistance, recognizing her invaluable contribution, orchestrated a daring prison escape, saving her from execution. And even after her escape, she continued her vital work, operating under a new identity to avoid recapture. Irina Sendler is a powerful reminder that one person's courage, one person's unwavering commitment to doing what's right, can indeed save thousands of lives. That's not just a hero, that's a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Now let's move on to number 4, and another incredible story. Moving on at number 4, we have Nicholas Winton, a name that resonates with courage, compassion, and unwavering dedication to humanity. Back in 1938, amidst the growing shadows of war, this young British stockbroker, seemingly destined for a conventional life, made a life-altering decision. He canceled a ski trip, a leisure pursuit, to instead dedicate his time and energy to helping refugees in Prague, a city teetering on the brink of disaster. Seeing the desperate situation unfolding before his eyes, the sheer scale of human suffering, he felt compelled to act. He set up a daring operation, a beacon of hope, to rescue Jewish children from the clutches of the Nazis, a mission fraught with danger and uncertainty. With no official authority, no prior experience in such matters, and relying solely on his determination and resourcefulness, he organized a series of trains, the Kindertransport, a lifeline for these vulnerable children, that brought an incredible 669 children to safety in Britain, offering them a chance at a new life, free from persecution. He worked tirelessly, day and night, fueled by a deep sense of responsibility, finding foster families willing to open their homes and hearts, raising the necessary funds to cover transportation and care, and navigating the often impossible maze of bureaucracy. Tragically, the last train, carrying 250 more children to safety, never left the station. The outbreak of World War II led to closed borders, sealing their fate. For decades, Winton remained silent about his extraordinary deeds, a humble man who never sought recognition. His remarkable story only came to light when his wife discovered his scrapbook, filled with documents and photographs detailing his incredible efforts. Years later, during a taping of the BBC program That's Life, he was astonished and deeply moved by the presence of dozens of adults, the very children he had saved from certain death, now standing around him expressing their gratitude. He consistently downplayed his role, never seeing himself as a hero, but his selfless actions undeniably changed the course of hundreds of lives, offering them hope and a future. Nicholas Winton stands as a powerful reminder that ordinary people with extraordinary courage and compassion can achieve the seemingly impossible. Let's move on now to number 3. We continue our countdown with number 3, a story of defiance and compassion in the face of unimaginable horror. Chiune Sugihara, a name that resonates with hope and humanity. He was a Japanese diplomat stationed in Lithuania during the tumultuous years of World War II. His position placed him at a crucial crossroads of history. As the Nazi regime tightened its grip across Europe, Jewish refugees, desperate for any means of escape, flocked to the Japanese consulate, begging for transit visas to freedom and to escape the clutches of the Nazis. But the response from Tokyo was a firm and unwavering no-official policy dictated that these visas should not be issued. Sugihara found himself facing an impossible choice, a moral dilemma that would test the very core of his being: obey orders, adhere to the strict dictates of his government, and turn a blind eye to the suffering before him, or follow his conscience, listen to the whispers of his heart, and risk everything to save innocent lives. With the unwavering support of his wife, who stood by him in this agonizing decision, he chose humanity, choosing compassion over compliance. For nearly a month, a race against time, he tirelessly handwrote thousands of visas, each one representing a chance at life, a beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. He worked day and night, fueled by a profound sense of duty and empathy, knowing that every moment counted. Even as the consulate was forced to close its doors, he continued to write visas from his hotel room, refusing to abandon those who desperately needed his help. And in a final act of defiance and compassion, he threw them from the train window as he departed, ensuring that even at the last possible moment, he was still offering a lifeline. Thanks to his extraordinary courage and unwavering commitment to humanity, about 6,000 people were able to escape the horrors of the Holocaust. He ultimately lost his career as a diplomat, paying a heavy price for his actions, but he never regretted his choice, knowing that he had done what was right, what was just, what was human. Sugihara, reflecting on his actions, said, "I did not want to be a bureaucrat, bound by rules and regulations. I did it because I had pity on the people, because I could not stand by and watch them suffer." Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is simply doing what's right, even when it comes at a great personal cost. Now let's move on to number 2 in our countdown of extraordinary acts of courage. Number 2, James Harrison, the man with the golden arm. After a life-saving transfusion as a teen, James pledged to donate blood. Doctors discovered his blood contained a rare antibody that could prevent deadly rhesus disease in newborns. For 60 years he donated plasma almost every week, helping create a vaccine that saved millions of babies. He didn't like needles, but he never stopped. Every batch of Australia's anti-D vaccine came from his blood. He made 1,173 donations, saving over 2.4 million lives, including his own grandson. When he retired at 81, the nation celebrated. James Harrison, a quiet hero whose gift changed generations. And now, our number 1 hero. Real-life hero. There you have it. 5 real-life heroes who prove you don't need superpowers to change the world. Their stories remind us that courage, compassion, and action can make all the difference. What can you do in your own world? Every act of kindness matters. If you enjoyed these stories, subscribe and share to keep their legacies alive. Who inspires you? Tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.